Philadelphia fardom.
Love you.
Yes, I poo.
Baked beans. Baked beans.
What are you reading?
I'm just looking in to see how much the train would be to Philadelphia with kids.
Oh, yeah. Good luck. Like $600, right?
Amtrak is such a piece of shit website.
It is. What do you expect? Rail travels
The magistry?
Yes, the magistry.
Of rail travel.
Well, in this country, it's for the losers.
Yeah.
We're above it in our big cars.
Yeah.
The open road is where individualism lives. You take my freedom. I take your life. Don't tread on my car tread. Don't tread
on my car tread.
Don't tread on my tread. Consumerism, they've got you right where they want you. They sold you a lie about the open road being freedom, and you bought it because you're a thoughtless robot who follows TV commercials.
$300?
Yeah, that's right. I am a man who likes to go places. Thank you, Ford, for telling me the truth. You've got my best interest at heart. You don't really want my money. You want my fulfillment.
Is this $265 total?
What would it cost you to drive? $30?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have some history of dentistry?
Yeah. Definitely have.
Well, we don't go, one of our negative reviews says we don't go past the surface, that we're shallow. We don't get into topics deep enough.
I have a lot of thoughts about dentistry. A largely defunct medical specialty of stomatology, which is the study of the mouth and its disorders and diseases, for which reason the two terms are used interchangeably in certain regions.
Mm-hmm.
And, did you know that dental treatments are carried out by a dental team, which often consists of a dentist and dental auxiliaries, such as assistants, hygienists, technicians, as well as like dental therapists?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and most dentists either work in a private practice or a hospital, dental hospitals, or institutions like prisons, armed forces, bases, etc. You know what I think is really interesting is that the history of dentistry is almost as ancient as the history of humanity and civilization, with the earliest evidence dating back to, I think it was 7,000 BC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Yeah, I didn't know that dentists can also prescribe medications such as antibiotics or sedatives. Yeah, I know. It's really fascinating.
Bibi gato. Yeah, biba bagata to baka. Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta.
Greg, what if you really laughed like that?
And then you go man, and you go back, and then near, no,
I know, near.
It's mary man, someone near, no.
Kino-san utase. No shino pokalasada. Puti laka shote palakitise.
Because it's so tanti.
No, tanti.
Oh, tanti. It's amazing.
Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ, and Autumn, whose week is it this week to pick a topic? It is mine.
Oh, it's yours.
You like that? You like when people ask you questions, but then they just give you the answer?
Yeah, that's annoying.
Oh, yeah, you're a woman.
Nothing to do with that. Some people are just not listening.
Women
They're
don't
just
know how
speaking.
to make choices. I just wanted to make one of those stupid jokes. It's like, hey, I'm dismissing you because you're a woman.
What do you know, woman?
Hack. How hack is that?
I'm drinking out of this water bottle and I put it down and there's like a bunch of floaty things in it.
Oh, what is it?
That's gross.
Crumbs?
I don't know why it
Mold?
would be crumbs.
When's the last time you washed out that water bottle?
It's probably been too long.
And they need to be rinsed out.
Yeah.
Stuff grows in them. That's a universe. When you put water in
It does smell a little bit like a pool.
when you put water in an enclosed space
Yeah.
and it sits and it's still and then the lid's on it and light can get through because it's transparent so it gets hot inside there, like the greenhouse effect. You've created a universe.
Oh, yeah. I have the first single cell organisms. Our ancestors. If you believe in that kind of thing.
You're drinking them.
Maybe I'm giving them a whole... Oh, my God.
What?
My stomach is the afterlife.
Maybe your stomach's its own universe.
Oh,
Who knows? It's hard to say.
this is a topic.
All the universes around.
Death.
Hey, I've thought about doing death as a topic before, but it comes up in so many different ways on a
Yeah.
lot of these shows that I feel as though it's been covered.
No, we should do it.
A whole show on death.
Yeah, well, not just like dying.
The absolute fear I have and why it's
Yes, that would be
driven
amazing.
me to create all these fucked up coping mechanisms.
Yep, we're doing death next week. Stay tuned, everybody. Next week, death.
Yeah, it's going to be a joyous show, one of the happiest we've had.
I just think when you die, it's just like you're dead, and it's just like,
Listen to Greg as the neurosis that he has worked very hard to dispel of comes flooding back. And he shuts down
That's people's favorite.
and has a panic attack right
Yeah.
on this episode of One Topic. Here's-
Set your VCRs.
Here's the moment where the barrier that your brain keeps the barrier that you have that keeps you from constantly panicking about dying. This is the moment where Greg crosses that barrier and he just starts saying no, 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 no.
Save it, Greg. Save it.
On
That's
this
enough of a preview.
week's episode of One Topic.
All right, so this week we're talking about what?
Hey, going back to your water bottle. I was going to tie it back. You don't
All
trust me.
right.
You have zero trust in me.
I'm bored.
Zero. You're bored.
Tell me.
What kind of water do you put in that water bottle? Tap water?
Tap water.
Tap water
What do you think,
that's
I'm rich?
been infused with fluoride
Hey,
to help protect your teeth.
I have no problem with fluoride in our waters.
I keeping us sterile.
Docile, I think, is what fluoride is supposed to be doing.
It makes zero sense. Some people think that they think the millimeter wave machines at the airports are a ploy to sterilize the population, which does not make sense because any country wants more population because they get more money for taxes through taxes that way. And then if you ever
No. They're only sterilizing the certain ones.
and you have to go to war and you have more of an
Right
army.
this way, Mrs. Stein.
Anyway, the fluoride.
Turn the laser on to
I'm bored.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
You've lost me. Nah, the dentist. I was going to talk about the dentist today.
Fun.
Is it fun? I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a fun topic. The only reason I thought about it is because I had to go to the dentist today. And, I've been very good about going to the dentist, and I don't really even have fear of the dentist, where most people do for whatever reason. It's one of the, death is my fear, as we've established. The dentist. Why?
No, but you understand why people fear the dentist.
No, I don't.
What do you mean?
What's the big fear of going to the dentist?
Listen, I am not afraid of the dentist.
Oh,
But-
is that why you haven't been in 5 years? When's the last time you went?
The last dentist I went to was in Midtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
When I lived in Midtown Atlanta 5 years ago.
What is this? Why aren't you going?
I've had insurance the entire time.
I understand. Why are you avoiding going to the dentist? Because it is a very...
Nothing's wrong with my chompers.
That's what you think. Here's what happened when I didn't go to the dentist for 5 years. I also wasn't really brushing my teeth. I don't know Why?
What?
I got 4 cavities.
You
This-
weren't brushing your teeth?
There was a point in my early 20s where it seemed like too much work I would brush them once a day, but I wasn't going to the dentist and I wasn't brushing well. And I looked at my teeth once and I saw this black hole in my molar. And I was like, what is that? And I poked it with a safety pin and it didn't hurt. I said, that's not a cavity because it doesn't hurt. But it didn't brush away. And then I left it for another year.
There was a hole? You put the thing in the hole?
It's a big cavity if you can see it.
Ugh!
It just wasn't.
That really grosses me out.
It wasn't deep enough to get to the root, so there was no pain yet.
To the nerve?
Yeah, I'll show you the filling next time I see you.
Okay.
So I avoided going, and this, it doesn't turn out well. You think, there's nothing wrong. Now I've got 2 crowns. I've had a root canal. These things.
Do you have to have special floss to get in between crowns and stuff?
No, they're just
No?
caps on your nubby teeth.
Oh. Ugh.
They take the tooth that's still there. They grind it down because the cavity or the crack or whatever, it can't be fixed with a filling. And then that serves as like a post that holds the cap on.
Oh,
They
God.
cement it. And then a root canal is when you have to suck all the pulp out of the tooth because the cavity's gotten to that point, to the nerve and into the pulp, the delicious pulpy center. And you got to get it all out. Because if you leave any of it in, it's going to continue to get infected. So in essence, at that point, it's a completely dead tooth, but it still is left in your jaw because it's serving as the post that they cement the crown to.
I don't like any of that.
See, so you have some fear about the dentist. And the longer you don't go, the more likely something like this is going to happen. You have beautiful teeth. You have very nice teeth.
Thank you.
And you smile as I say this because you know it's true, and you're just going to let them rot. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what anyone does.
I'm not letting them rot.
You brush your teeth once a day.
Yeah, so?
Yeah, this whole show was set up so I could berate you about your poor oral hygiene.
I have a Sonicare toothbrush that I brush once at night.
Why are you only brushing once a day?
I don't know. You should brush. Everybody brushes twice a day.
At least.
No, at least once a day.
Some people do 3 times a day. Look, what I'm doing here is the one thing I don't like about the dentist when you go and they yell at you. Oh, I can't stand that.
You feel shamed.
Yeah, one of the reasons I didn't go for so long is you got to a point and it's like, well, it's been so long that if I go, I'm going to get yelled at, and I don't feel like being yelled at.
No one's yelling at you.
Yeah, there's a stern talking to and a finger wagging in your face. And I just wanted to avoid that.
I don't feel like I'm avoiding the dentist.
What are you doing then? Be honest here.
I'm trying to be honest.
Why haven't you been? Answer that question.
It just seems like, it doesn't seem like I need to go.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say.
Because you can't tell when you need to go, and if you have like a cavity that hasn't done anything too damaging yet.
I just think it's a very easy thing to do, and if you do if you take care of your teeth and you do it regularly,
and how often do you floss?
I don't floss that often, which is not good oral care. But I'm one of these people that doesn't get a lot of plaque on their teeth. There was another period I didn't go to the dentist for 5 years, but I was still taking care of my teeth. I still didn't floss. But I went, and this was the same dentist that I'd been going to. I didn't have health insurance because I was freelancing.
Uh-huh.
And I say it like that because there was a period of my life when I would work just enough. I wasn't really trying to work hard. I was just working enough to get by. And I just wasn't taking care of myself overall.
Okay.
But I went back. And I got a stern talking to. But then she said, but you don't have that much plaque for not having been in so long. Some people don't get a lot of plaque. Other people get gross plaque that builds up on the back of their teeth and starts spreading to under their tongue. Look that up.
Ew.
It's pretty.
See, I don't have any of that. I do take good care of my teeth, I feel like.
You brush them once a day.
I know, but I brush them very thoroughly.
They're very important. You're
right. I know. And they can lead to like heart disease and stuff, right?
Yeah, you want to spend your life eating porridge and pudding and Ensure because you have no teeth left? Or you want some Polydent stuck to your gums holding in these false teeth like my grandmother had?
I don't want that.
My grandmother used to take out her teeth, and it freaked me the fuck out
Did it?
when I was a kid. I also then just thought grandmothers across the board didn't have teeth. It's like, no grandmothers have teeth.
Yeah.
Just like I thought grandmothers didn't drive because neither of my grandmothers learned to drive. And I just thought
They didn't learn to drive?
Nah, I mean, they were over there in Europe during the war, World War II, and they came over here and they just had no interest. And
they were from the old country?
yeah, that's why they lost their teeth also. But
yeah.
When I found out other grandmothers still had their teeth, but what? I thought all grannies.
I think I guess I should be brushing in the morning.
You take your kids to the dentist?
Yeah.
So when you take them, why don't you just get this done?
Because they go to the kids' dentist.
Okay.
The pediatric dentist.
Always an excuse.
Well, it is. I'm not going to go to the kids' dentist.
Do they like going to the dentist?
I don't really know. I haven't taken them. Travis has always taken them. I don't know why that is. I think because I'm working in the mornings.
I think you're avoiding.
I really am not. I don't mind the dentist. I love the feeling afterward. They feel so smooth and good. Like your mouth has never felt cleaner. I love that.
That is true. That's how I'm feeling right now. Like a new man.
Yeah, because you went today.
A new man.
I really don't feel like I'm avoiding it. It just feels like, oh, I don't need to go. And they always want to take x-rays. And I'm always like, you don't need my x-rays. Just look in my mouth.
I need to see what the bone and the jaw and the roots are doing.
I guess. Do they?
Yes.
I feel like it's just a way to get money from the insurance company.
Well, whatever. If it doesn't cost
I know. What
you
am I? I feel like a conspiracy theorist.
It's all going back to the fluoride. Today they said, you want fluoride? I said, no. Insurance doesn't cover it. I said, I drink tap water. Okay.
You do not drink tap water.
Well, I drink a lot of seltzer, but I lied.
Yeah, you lied.
I lie flat out to the so.
What are you hiding, Greg? What are you avoiding?
I'm avoiding them.
You're lying to the dentist. Why did you say no to the fluoride?
Because I don't want to pay for it. That's
you could have gotten the pina colada.
That's a scam. I apparently clench my teeth when I sleep. And they can see evidence of this, and it makes your gums recede for some reason. And for years now, then you need to get a mouth guard.
Yeah.
And you need to get a custom mouth guard. We'll take the mold, and it's going to cost you $500. No.
What about with insurance now? It doesn't cover that?
Insurance
I bet you it does.
May cover some of it. I don't know. But so I just, today, out of nowhere, they didn't even bring it up. So I've been sleeping with a mouth guard. Not a custom one, but I bought one. And I just made up this whole story. And it was weird at first. It took a little while to get used to it. I wasn't sleeping with it every night. But then, I kind of adjusted.
You said all of that?
Yes. Unprompted. Just flat out lying to these people.
Okay. And did they say yeah, I can tell. It looks a lot better.
No, they didn't say anything.
Yeah, because they knew you were a liar. He doesn't have a mouth guard.
That was me just not wanting to hear that. Because I don't fully... Whatever. I don't know why your gums recede if you clench your teeth, especially your front teeth.
I don't understand that either.
That, to me, there's some cynicism. These are still businesses, and they want to make money, so that comes into play. But I think that taking care of your chompers is a very important and easy thing to do.
Did they say anything to you about your receding gums during this visit?
Not this one.
Okay.
In the past, they said there's a surgery where we can take... Because your gums don't grow back, and there's a surgery, and we can take some skin from elsewhere and put it there, and I'm going to refer. I said, no.
That sounds disgusting.
That's not happening.
That sounds barbaric. It really does. We're going to take skin, some Frankenstein fucking skin from a pig or something, and we're going to graft it to your gums.
I think they just take it elsewhere in your own gum.
Still grow. Oh, what? No, they can't take other gums.
I don't know the way it works.
Because they just told you that your gums don't grow back. So it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Maybe they take it from your butt.
That's
when they do skin
gross.
grafts. I got butt flesh on my gums.
Yeah, check them out. You want to see my ass?
Kiss me.
No, I'm going to smile so you can see my ass.
Lick it.
What's weird about dentistry, too, is how it has not changed. Like x-rays and things, I guess, have changed, but Everything else is still the exact same. The drill that they use, it spins at a higher RPM or whatever than the manual, foot pumped drill, but it's still the exact, all of the tools that they probably used in the 18th century are still the same today.
People like to collect old dentistry tools.
Oh, really?
What a strange thing to get into.
That almost is like fetishizing it in a way.
I don't
I'm scared. This thing is so scary. I'm going to turn it into I collect it now.
Yeah, I've got a whole rec room that's got an old dentist chair.
Little Shop of Horrors, the dentist.
Sit down. Was there ever a serial killer who got into this? Before they killed their victims, they performed awful dentistry on them?
I think that was called the Holocaust.
That's not.
Because I think they did that during the Holocaust.
Well, they would remove the gold teeth.
Right, but they also did those experimental surgeries on people because they could.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather not talk about that. I don't want to go down that road. It's not that
I'm not saying we have to go down there.
Well, so you took us there.
We don't have to go. I'm looking at the road with you. We don't have to go down it.
My grandmother avoided the Holocaust with forged papers in Berlin, World War II.
That's really cool.
And before she died, her dementia brought her back to those times, and she was scared out of her mind.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I don't know if it was really cool that she had to have forged papers and run and
No, it's cool
hide.
that it was. I'm not saying that's cool. I'm saying it's cool that that she made it.
Yeah, but this war really fucks people up, and it ends, and you're just supposed to say, "Okay, I'll live a normal life now."
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go deal with it. Watching people get shot and killed and blown
And
to
all
pieces.
your family and your friends are gone.
And you have survivor's guilt when you live, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. Be a man or a woman.
Thank you. I was really trying not to say it.
I wanted you to say it.
Or a woman. Make a change.
That's a different thing too. This lack of care. I would think maybe these days it's a little bit different, but
Yeah.
just go become an alcoholic like everyone else.
Yeah. Rub some dirt on it.
Be emotionally closed off and removed from your family. That's the way. Let's see. Serial killer dentistry. Glennon Engelman, a serial killer and sociopath, graduated dental school in 1954 and began to practice in St. Louis, Missouri. He began his multi-victim spree by murdering his ex-wife Edna's husband, James Bullock, in 1958. Edna collected $64,000 from Bullock's death. 10 times dentists killed people, accidentally or otherwise. This is, I mean, yeah, sure. Dr. Burt Franklin brutally murdered his girlfriend's toddler son.
Oh.
Yeah, that's awful. He was a dentist. This is just playing into the fears that people have. We'll just start at the beginning. When you were a kid, I assume that you went quite often.
Yes, and I loved my dentist as a kid. They had a Nintendo that you could play while
in the waiting room.
No, in the chair.
Oh, I was gonna say the waiting room. How does that work? Because I assume all the kids would be fighting over it.
Yeah, no. The only thing they had in that waiting room were highlights, magazines, and those weird beads on those wires that you follow through a maze that isn't difficult at all.
Not a maze
you don't understand
at all.
why you're doing it, but you're doing it anyway.
Look at the path that this cube is going to take. Isn't it cool?
Should I do it one at a time, or should I stop in the middle and bring all of them to the middle and then push them all to the other side? Anyway, so there was that, and then.
Well, before you move on, you know that medical professionals actually saved Highlights magazine. They didn't do it on purpose, but the magazine was struggling at some point.
Yeah.
And they made a push. They rolled out a program to put Highlights in doctors' and dentists' office.
Oh.
And that helped take the magazine to higher
That's
levels.
awesome. I still like a Highlights magazine.
Also, did you know that the family who ran Highlights died in a plane crash?
What?
Yeah, there was, what was it? It was over New York. 2 planes collided. It was bad weather.
What?
Yeah, so...
When?
So I think from what I remember from highlights, my highlights history, if it serves me correctly, is there was a guy
Okay.
who saved highlights. He's the one who started the program of getting it into doctors' offices.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, he got on this plane with other members of his family. I don't remember how many. And it was bad weather in New York. And 2 planes collided and everyone died.
Oh, 2 planes collided? How's that possible?
Bad air traffic controller.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a very important job. But
Wow.
And also, Highlight's not a Christian magazine. People think it is.
Oh, okay.
It's just they have good.
Goofus and Gallant.
Yes, they have good morals.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things is we can move on. I don't know why I have so much Highlights knowledge.
Yeah.
Because
Where is this coming from?
well, because everyone talks about Highlights. They make that Highlights magazine in the dentist office. It's like, yes, we know that's there and it's worth talking about. But people make the comment and that's the end of it. And I knew that this comes up quite often, so I wanted to learn things about Highlights.
That's cool.
And I never knew this, but I found out once that Highlights doesn't have any stories about witches. They'll never have a story about a witch. And I think that's why people think it's a Christian magazine.
Uh-huh.
But apparently they just don't do stories about witches because they want to respect the Wiccan community's feelings.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
What?
Yeah. That's it.
All right.
And
Thank you for that trip down Highlights History Road.
The highlight of highlights. And you mentioned Goofus and Gallant.
Yeah.
So we've covered all our bases.
I loved
highlights.
the thing, like the story you could read where words were replaced with pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I really liked that. I liked the finding the difference in the pictures.
And then the hidden picture.
Oh, the hidden picture was the best. It's a toothbrush. I see it.
Except when you go into the office, someone's already circled them usually.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're not supposed to circle them. You're supposed to search for them.
I know, but someone always will. So anyway,
Yeah.
going back when you were a kid going to the dentist, do they have that
Yes.
chest of shitty toys
No. Mm-mm.
with like super balls in it? And
Oh, you mean at the end? Okay, hold on. Let me take you through my dentist
all right, let's
experience
do
as a
it.
kid.
Let's travel.
So they would call. So the nurse, or I don't know what she is, the assistant, whatever. She would come out. She would have her mask on, and it would have like a face on it. Like it's a cat. Like they would have drawn a cat face on it every day or
Kids
something.
are so stupid.
It's a pediatric dentist.
I get it, but they're so. I'm scared to. Oh, it's a cat mask.
Yeah, kids are dumb. They need stuff like that. It's totally fine.
I would not fall for that. I swear to God, I would.
Well, hold on. Let's wait and hear your childhood dentist experience.
Okay.
Hold on. So I was very happy to see the cat mask. They call me in. They would ask me what I had for lunch that day. They would ask me things. They would remember things about me.
You liked answering this.
Yes.
I'm sorry I keep interjecting here and hijacking this, but I'm at the dentist as a kid, this is when I was scared of it as a kid, and we can get into those stories later. But they asked me what I had for lunch. I'm like, don't ask me that. You think I'm an idiot? You're trying to distract me? So anyway, the cat mask.
I liked it.
I had tater tots.
I
and
had chicken.
they were chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs. And green beans, but I did not eat the green beans.
That's exactly what I said. How did you know?
Oh,
That's what I sounded like?
Oh, you gotta eat your veggies.
I know I will eat them. I don't like them though.
But
If
you
they
want to
gave
grow
you
up
gas-
big and strong, right?
Yes, I do. I would like to grow up big and strong. I also like pizza.
Okay, sorry.
They if you were getting a cavity filled, they would give you gas, and it would smell like bubble gum, and it had like a pig nose on it. So you'd be wearing this like pig nose while you're getting the gas, and you could listen to music. You could listen to different music on the tape player.
Here's another thing. Are these baby teeth that you have at this point, and you have a cavity? Why are they filling cavities in baby teeth? They're coming
I don't
out.
think they're baby teeth.
Okay. You're talking about being a kid, so I assume that you don't have your
Well,
permanent
you're a
teeth.
kid for a long time. I was probably like 10.
I would just say you got a cavity. That thing's going to fall out in a couple years anyway. It's going to leave
No, but it gets in your gums and stuff and your jawbone.
it, and you'll die.
Yeah, you still have to get things taken care of.
Like that guy who had the popcorn kernel stuck in his teeth. You read that story recently?
I just saw the headline.
Yeah, he almost died. He had heart valve problems because of
Yes,
the infection.
it gets into your things in your teeth can mess with your heart. I already knew that. So also, after the hygienist was done digging in your mouth, that's when they gave you the remote control for the Nintendo, and I played Spy Hunter while the dentist looked at my teeth. And I was so good at Spy Hunter. I made it so far through the game that it started to like glitch. Like if you just keep going on Spy Hunter, eventually it like folds in on itself like a collapsing star, and you can't play it anymore because it's like it's not made to keep going.
Well, it's one of those games. There is no ending, right? The high score.
No, there's no end.
The high score is the goal of the game.
The end, like I said, it just collapses in on itself because there's nothing left for it to tell you or for it to give you. So
it's like a star dying.
Yes, it really was. And I loved the dentist, and I told them, I was like, I was a teenager, probably still going. Maybe I was like 14 or something. And I was telling them, I want to come here forever. Why do I have to age out of this? They were like, you can come here till you're 21 or maybe you're 18 or 20 or something. And I was like, good, I'm going to. And then as like a high schooler, or some older age, I was trying to make an appointment and they wouldn't let me. They said I was too old, even though I was like, but they said I could come in until I was 21. And then I had to go to the real dentist, the Mazowis. I had to go over to the Mazowis and get my mouth looked at by the cute brother. So the Mazowis are a dental practice in Snellville where like the dad is a dentist, the mom's a dentist. I think they're retired now. But then they had like, I don't know, 4 or 5 kids, and all 4 of the other kids, they're all dentists. And there's one of the brothers that's extra cute, and I really didn't want him to be looking in my mouth. I was embarrassed.
And looking up your nose.
Yeah, everything. And like breathing and stuff. I was very aware of like my stupid mouth being open and the hot air coming out of it. It's like, I don't normally breathe like this. It's weird. I was like really self-conscious. And so I always tried to make sure I went to like the sister or the not as cute brother.
It's quite a position to be in, yes, where they don't care. They do this every day. You think about this dentist I've been going to here in New York. I've been going. It's the only dentist I've ever been to. And even though I didn't go for 5 years at one point, the same woman is there cleaning teeth.
Yeah.
And so you've been doing this, God knows how long. This is your job. Every day, you're just looking into people's mouths, up their noses. There was a time I had a sty on my eye, but it popped. And so the gunk was floating on my eye. I didn't really realize it. I got home, and I was like, you had to have seen that. And you didn't say anything. You just let me go about my business lying there. You're supposed to protect me. But could you imagine doing that every single day?
Well, they love it. So, like sometimes they're disappointed that, like when they told you that you didn't have a lot of plaque, I bet they were a little disappointed because I think they like it. Like they want to like, oh yeah, get a gross one. I want to dig all that out.
I did think about that. There was a little bit of plaque on the back of my teeth, and she was scraping at it. Like, it's got to be satisfying.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Pimple Popper.
I have 2 teeth in the bottom here that sort of fold over each other a little bit, and that accumulates like plaque that is impossible. It's like it turns into cement. And they really have to like chisel it out when I go.
So at this point, having not been in so long,
yeah,
it's going to be hard to get that out.
Yeah, probably.
And it's only going to get worse.
I'll go floss it after we're done here.
You can't get it off that way. Do you want me to go with you?
I'm not scared to go.
I'll sit in the waiting room. I'll sit in the room with you and tell you everything will be all right.
I'm not scared.
Then make an appointment.
I'm not scared. Well, now I tried to make an appointment. I had one ready to go. And then I called to make sure that my insurance would cover it. And they said it wasn't coming up. And it's because there's new insurance coming down the pike. And it wasn't going to be covered by the date that I made the appointment for.
Oh, okay.
So I made an appointment today.
So you should go earlier before.
I had to cancel it. I can't. The insurance runs out like tomorrow.
Usually at the end of the month it runs out. Okay. Look, I'm going to let you have it. I don't want to just spend the whole show doing this.
I'll try again tomorrow. I'll try and see what I can do.
And when I was a kid, I used to like going to the dentist for the teeth cleaning, and because I did fall for those stupid toys. There was a
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And then afterwards, you get a thing like a quarter or a coin or something. You get to like pick out of this weird toy thing where it was always like those finger puppet things, those like monsters with like the real wiggly, rubbery arms.
You talking about this kind of monster
Yes, that exactly monster.
that I have sitting on my bookshelf?
Yes,
Hey.
that monster exactly.
Yeah, those toys.
Oh, and then like a sticker and a bouncy ball, stuff
There
like
was a
that.
bouncy ball. There's a little, they're not slide whistle. They would spin. You blow into it. It was like,
Oh yeah.
I liked those. Yeah, that's it. That was a good impression. And then those plastic snakes that had the joints in them, and they would, like, each segment of his body would
Yes.
twist.
Where are those?
They're very cheap toys. I think there were like vampire teeth in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then sometimes they were dumb puzzle books, like word search. It's like, I don't want that.
yeah.
Even if I like, it's like, this is not what I'm coming here for.
All right. So you liked the dentist for a long time.
Well, I liked it until my parents lied to me one day. You're going to the dentist to have your teeth cleaned. And what it was happening was my permanent teeth were growing in behind my baby teeth. So I was like a shark. They weren't pushing out
Oh, like beside them, they were growing.
behind them. Yeah.
Behind them.
So the permanent teeth were coming in behind.
Like further in your mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
Just barely, but they weren't pushing them out. So my
Okay.
other teeth weren't getting loose. And so I went in, and you're just going to get a cleaning.
Uh-huh.
I go into a different room I've never been in. They strapped the mask to my face. Maybe if it had a cute little pig nose on it, wouldn't have scared
Did
me
it
as
smell
much.
like bubble gum?
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on, though. And then you see the instruments that are out. They're different. There's big needles
Ugh,
because they got to
yeah.
numb your mouth. And there are pliers. I was like, what? I had no clue what was going on because nobody told me anything. And they proceed to yank 4 teeth out of my mouth. Top 4 teeth, front teeth.
The front teeth?
Yes, because these are the ones that weren't coming out.
Yeah.
They weren't going to come out. I was a shark. Maybe I should have kept them, and I have 2 rows of teeth. Would you like that? Would you think that was cool?
No.
Would you say, wow, look at that hot guy?
Yeah. Have you seen how many teeth he has?
Wow, it's something else.
He has more than normal.
Let me tell you.
It's so hot.
And then the same thing was happening at the bottom. They didn't want to pull all of these at once, so they waited for these to grow in. But then I knew no one could lie to me, and I had to go back knowing they were going to pull 4 more. And the time was so traumatic. It's only just because I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Okay, so you didn't know what was going on, but you were getting the gas. So didn't that sort of make
No,
you not care
it
what
did
was
nothing.
going on?
Look, the gas doesn't do anything if you don't breathe it in. And I think I was
Yeah, but you had to have been breathing it in.
I was screaming through my mouth. There was so much
Really?
screaming going on.
You were screaming?
Yeah, crying.
Oh, baby Greg.
Parents lie to me. And
I bet they were crying too. I bet they were with you.
they should have at least said, hey, look, this has to happen and it's scary, but let's talk about this. You'll be okay. Instead of just throwing me in there.
How old were you?
Early first grade.
Okay, so you're 6.
Yeah, maybe 5. Well,
No, you'd have been 6.
yeah, because then become 6, 7. And which is already late because I think kids are losing their teeth earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I had to go back and I dreaded it for
yeah.
months.
Why didn't they just up the gas? Like, give you some more gas?
And then they tried to give me one of those stupid toys at the end. I was like, get out of here with this. I don't need this toy.
So now, how
this
do you-
little
but now
this
you
little
don't
ice
fear the
cream
dentist.
cone, this little ice cream cone that shoots off a foam ball attached to a string. I don't want this. This isn't going to solve anything.
This like tiny cup and ball game,
Yes.
or like the hand drum from Karate Kid 2.
Yes. You can't fix this with
So,
your
but-
chintzy toy.
Like I said, you don't fear the dentist despite having a history
Well,
of trauma.
I put it off for years. I would still go get cleanings.
But you didn't have insurance. I thought that's why you didn't go.
Well, what I put off for years was having my wisdom teeth removed. I would have to go. I had a retainer.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have braces. Do you ever have a braces
Nope.
or retainer? Your teeth are just that naturally wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're just letting them rot.
I'm not. They're not rotting.
You don't know how lucky you are.
There's nothing wrong with them. I'm gonna do a deep dive in my mouth tonight. I'm gonna really look. And if I see anything, I'll let you know. I'm gonna floss the shit. I'm gonna spit ton of blood tonight. Blood will run red tonight in my sink.
I want pics.
The sink will run red with my blood tonight.
I would like pics of this bloody spittle.
I will. I'll send you pics.
So, and the wisdom
As
teeth.
proof that I've flossed tonight.
The wisdom teeth were supposed to come out
Okay.
early on. They were impacted and kind of half broken through, and I put it off until I was 29 years old.
29?
Yes,
That's too late.
because there was fear.
When were they supposed to come out?
I don't know. Whenever you're supposed to do it, 17, 16.
Yeah. So, why didn't your parents just make you do it?
I guess they couldn't. You can't just make. I guess they could have taken
Like,
me.
yo, I'm driving you to the dentist. Get out of the car, young man.
It's like, I have my own car. How are you going to get me in your car? I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I put it off till 29. I finally did it.
What does that mean that they're impacted and you said broken? What's that mean?
Well, they broke through the gums a little bit, but they couldn't grow in all the way. Then they're hard to clean, and then they get cavities and then get infected. And
Oh, okay.
that's why they need to come out, and they do start pushing on your other teeth. Well, I made a playlist on my iPod Touch,
Nice.
which is probably already outdated when I was 29, but I just had one.
Yeah.
That had like Suicide Girls pictures saved on it.
Did it?
Yeah. My secret stash of Suicide Girls.
Yeah.
So when I, was somewhere, I needed some material.
You were into Suicide Girls?
Yeah, there was a period.
Yeah.
I got into it.
They're not as, like, they look like they could be as gross, but sometimes they weren't as gross as, like, porn.
I got a free membership. It was one of those things, 1 week free trial. And I just went in and saved as many photos as I could before I canceled it. But I credited.
Those things are like $1 a month.
So I went in. I guess you have your wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah, I did.
Did they put you to sleep?
Yes.
See, I didn't do that. I want that.
Why?
That scared me more. I said, keep me awake, give me the gas.
Okay.
And this time I breathed in the gas and listened to this music, this playlist.
Thought about Suicide Girls.
I was like, my God, I did not give a shit. The gas really did its job. I heard the crunching. The oral surgeon has got, he's really having trouble getting one out. And I see it later.
Is his knee on your chest?
Yeah, it's got like a curved root on it. And they're sawing them. And I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care at all that this is happening to me right now. And then
That's the best thing about the gas. And that when it's over, it's over. Like once the gas stops, you're no longer like high anymore.
So you were put to sleep though.
Yes.
So you didn't get the gas.
No, I've had gas.
When you were Yes, you have had gas.
I've had the gas. And I love the gas. It is very lovely. But yeah, I was put to sleep and then I was given lots of painkillers and I was recovering the night of like after the surgery and my boyfriend had come over and my parents were there and they had put on Contact and I like dozed my way through Contact. So like there were parts of Contact that I remember and like there are little flashes of like, the what are those? The dishes, those big fucking dishes. What are they called?
What are you talking about?
Contact. What does she sit around listening to? Some bullshit.
A radio telescope?
Well, it's not a telescope. But yes, it's an array.
That's what it is. So it's an array of radio.
Satellite dishes.
A radio telescope. She's listening to the satellite dishes are receivers. Well, I guess these are receivers too.
They're receivers.
Yeah, but yes, you're right. That
collectively, they're a radio telescope, but individual. Anyway, so I remember that. I remember Matthew McConaughey. I remember the whoosh, 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 that thing, that weird kaleidoscopy thing that she's in. Not a kaleidoscope, but that other thing. And I remember her talking to the dude on the beach. I don't remember anything else. I was asleep. I was awake. I was asleep. I loved the drugs. Felt great.
Yeah, the danger.
I love that, that sleepy warm.
No, yeah. When I my first painkiller I ever took was my sister had her wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah. When was that?
I don't remember the year. 2006. 5?
Okay.
5 or 6.
Okay.
And we all
Why'd you take it?
because it was there, and then people had said these things are good. I was like, I was actually scared. I was like, I don't know, but okay, I'll just try it. Uh-oh.
This is the key to
Uh-oh.
my locked door.
And then, that was the knowledge. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And then I got the knowledge, and things didn't become a problem until years later because there was just not access to them. I
Right.
didn't know where to get them. And then you just happen to find someone who's selling them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck me. But it's
Yeah.
not a big deal at first until it is a big deal.
So when you had your oral surgery for the wisdom teeth, did they give you drugs after that?
Yeah, but this was like coinciding with that other part of my life where I was already abusing, not in an awful extent, but it was happening. And I got the prescription filled before because they want you to have it filled before.
Right. Uh-huh.
So you're not walking to the I
Pharmacy.
walked home from the surgery to my apartment. It was, I don't know, a 13 block walk. I was alone, but my mouth was still numb, so I couldn't feel all the blood dripping out. And I was just walking home, and people on the sidewalk looking at me with blood pouring down my face.
But you couldn't feel it.
No. I mean, it wasn't, if it was really dripping a lot, I probably would have known, but it was like there. And then when it started dripping, I was like, uh-oh. Because then I saw it, but I couldn't feel it. But point is, I went home, and I had already taken over half the bottle because I'd filled it before.
How much before?
I don't know, a few days before,
Wow,
a
really?
week before, a week and a half before. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay. And then I called the dentist a few days later, or the surgeon, and I made up some story about knocking the bottle into the toilet by accident. I was like, oh, there's a shelf. There was a window behind the toilet in the apartment, and there was a sill that I would keep stuff on. I was like, I knocked in it. But I said, they're like, well, which ones did you knock in? And I was like, the hydrocodone and the amoxicillin. I didn't knock the antibiotics. But
Yeah.
I said that I did, just to make it more, this is drug-seeking behavior. It's like,
Yeah.
they're going to know what I'm up to, but if I act stupid and also say that I knocked something else in, then they'll
Right.
believe. And they called in another prescription.
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
The joys of, no joys. Of
Yeah.
drug
Didn't feel
abuse.
did it feel scary at the time that you were doing that? You're like, ugh, what am I doing?
No.
Yeah, you're just like, I got to get this done.
Yeah, it was early enough in. Like, it's all under control. This is fine.
Yeah.
There's no problem here.
Yeah, no problem. Doing half my drug that I actually need. Yeah, it's scary.
Dumb.
It's not dumb.
I'm not proud of it. Well, it's just something that happened.
Right.
I don't think it's
Something that-
I don't think it's a moral shortcoming. It's just, man, anyone is prone to such things happening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to continue on with that story, though, then you have the sockets, and I remember I got to the point where I was eating solid food again, and I had a burrito with chicken in it, and then I ate that, and I rinsed my mouth and went on a first date with Molly, who became my girlfriend, and we made out, and then 2 days later, I was really rinsing my mouth, and the piece of chicken came out of the socket. And it smelled so horrid. It was fresh the day that I met her. It was in there, though. We're kissing,
Yeah.
and there's chicken in a hole in my gums.
Ew. That's disgusting. Did you get a infection?
No, surprisingly.
That's good.
But it was rotting. It was
Yeah.
fucking disgusting. It was almost vomited.
Gross. Sometimes flossing is the worst because of how that smells.
You smell your floss?
No, but you smell it while you're doing it.
You don't take it and put it up to your nose?
No, because it's gross.
Ugh.
Yes, teeth things actually do gross me out.
Okay, see, we're getting places here.
Because like Ellie's tooth just came out recently, and when it was super duper wiggly, I was like, "Ugh!" Like I couldn't handle it. I didn't want to see it like dangling by its little like thread.
How did it eventually come out? She just pull it?
She was wiggling it enough that it just popped out, and you could see the little nub of her grown-up tooth right underneath it.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, so it was ready. The one next to it is wiggly too. It's just not nearly as bad as that. Well, it's gone, but it's not nearly as wiggly as that one had been for a while. But yeah, I don't know. Teeth thing, like the way that when you open the show talking about like, like all of that drilling and the scooping and the, that really is gross. I think that, I mean, it's just like you said about like the pimple popper. You know, it's like either you're into that kind of thing and you feel like satisfaction by seeing that being done or whatever, or it's just gross. And I feel like it's just gross.
Think about smashing your teeth up against someone else's teeth.
Oh, well, like tooth injuries, you know, like if a tooth gets knocked out in like hockey or something, people just like, or like in a fight, there's like, they just spit it out. No, I would be losing my mind if a tooth came out.
I'm with you on that.
I'd be like, oh my God. You know, I'd be freaking out.
I think about the crowns I have falling off and exposing the nubs, and that creeps me out.
Ooh, the nubs are so gross. I do love that sucky thing at the dentist. That yes, that thing is the best. Don't you love that? I like playing with it. I like making it.
Can you get those for your home?
That would be so cool. I would just sit there and watch TV like. It's fun. Also, the tiny little sink next to the chair is really cute.
You're-
Tiny.
You're being like the little sink
Yeah.
with the little faucet, little spout.
It's so tiny. And I like the fluoride because of the weird flavors. Like pina colada. I always got bubble gum when I was a kid.
How do they even apply it?
Don't they put it in like a weird like tooth tray, like a mouth tray?
Yeah. I've just denied it for so long.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think it's proven to not really do anything, right?
I don't know what fluoride. I think there's probably some.
Not to say
benefit.
that fluoride doesn't do anything, but that treatment of fluoride at the end of your procedures or whatever, I don't know if that actually does anything. Because I think, isn't fluoride like a long-term exposure thing?
Well, it's in your toothpaste.
Yeah.
If you are drinking tap water, which not that many people do anymore.
Which is a shame. People have, this is the best water system in the world. Should be taking advantage of it.
Unless you're in Flint.
Well, yes.
And Vegas just tastes disgusting, their water.
Yeah, and parts of Florida really taste disgusting.
Yeah, it's fine, but it tastes gross. And bottled water has really gotten people. They buy into it.
Bottled water is so annoying. I hate how many
It's wasteful.
bottles.
That's what I mean. These bottles. Even the seltzer. I drink so much seltzer, and you talk to me about the Soda Stream. I get that. I'm like, no, but maybe because there are so many but the bottles are already made. They're already out there.
Yeah, okay.
I know.
Yes.
I should get the Soda Stream, but I don't know if you can get the. I'll try it. I'm just very particular about my bubbles.
I know. But you can control the bubbles.
You remember the X-ray machine? I haven't seen this in a long time. When I was younger, the one you'd stand up in and you'd bite down on, and then it would go around your whole head.
Yeah, now it's that weird like machine, right? That they move all around that just like has that circle on it.
Yeah, and that gets certain parts of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder how they do a full mouth X-ray now, because I remember that X-ray was the whole mouth, and I haven't seen one of those in quite a long time.
Yeah, maybe they felt like they can do it just with these little amounts.
You had to hold onto those handles, like your hands have to stay right here.
Yeah,
Wouldn't-
they put on that lead vest on you.
Yeah, I had the lead vest today, but I was still convinced it's like the radiation's getting into my body.
No, it's not.
It's going in. I can feel it in my eyes.
Yeah. How come you're not covering up my face where my brain is? Cover my brain with lead.
Please. They did take my glasses off today.
It is weird that they're like, protect your bones, your body bones. Your body has to be protected, but the place where your fucking brain is totally, we're just going to shoot it right through your head.
Yeah, maybe the lead, I can't speak on the way x-rays really work. I do know that in the past, before they knew that x-rays were dangerous, there were novelty items where look at your feet through this machine where you can see your bones just shooting off radiation to anyone who walks up to it. And the people who operated it probably died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always think it's crazy. Like if you go to the hospital and you have to get x-rayed for something, like you've broken your wrist or maybe you've broken your ankle or something, the technician go hide behind like a bunker, but they just leave you out there with like a lead vest on. That's it.
I do like that they leave the room and they press a button 50 yards away.
Don't move in there.
It used to be such a process, though. You would have to print these x-rays. Now it's just digital. Pops up immediately.
Yeah.
And there it
I
is.
had the last x-ray I had was in 2010. I had pneumonia. And my friend Anna, what up, Anna? She works at the like x-ray part of a hospital. Now I feel like all nervous that I'm saying the wrong things. X-ray part of hospital. She work X-ray part. And so she got me some x-rays and had a doctor look at them. And they were like, yep, she has pneumonia.
Did you keep them?
So then Did
you keep your x-rays?
Yeah. Where are they? I'll find them.
Man, you need
It was really cool.
I saw x-rays. Did someone break their tailbone? Whatever. It was of the abdomen. You could see the poop in the intestines.
Yeah. So my friend,
there it is.
My friend, who I guess will remain nameless, was so drunk, and she fell out of her bed, and had broken her ribs because she fell out of bed drunk, and she got the X-rays done, but they couldn't see the bones in her ribs because she was full of like Mexican food. Like her poop was obstructing the view of the broken ribs, so she had to wait a couple days
and go back.
Yeah,
in pain.
Yeah,
I had to poop out all this Mexican food.
Yeah, I bet pushing that out was difficult with a broken rib.
It's straining.
Yeah, that's what they say. Like your ribs. Well, I guess they say that with a lot of things. Like you don't notice it until something's wrong with it. But I think especially your ribs, people have a really hard time recovering from those things because it lasts, or because like everything you do, you're irritating that broken rib, and it's not like you can immobilize it like a arm.
Not when you got dense bones like I do.
That's right. You got them stone bones.
Yeah, it's something else.
Do you think the dentists looking at your X-rays in your mouth are like, man, what's his jaw made of? Rock.
Look at this bone density.
Yeah.
A real freak of nature. He weighs so much, but he's not fat.
That's what. So this Greg is talking about. His bones are very dense. Like some people are light as a feather. Like they have little bird bones. You have the opposite. You have stone bones.
I'm not that tall. I'm the average height. I'm between 5'10" and 5'11". And I weigh 190 pounds, which there's people who are 6'4", and like, I weigh 210. They're like, fat.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just big bones a thing. Dense bones.
Dense bones. You got them bones, them dense bones.
Take a baseball bat to my arm and let's see what kind of pressure it takes and force to snap it.
No, you know what happens? The fucking bat breaks.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? I'd impress all the ladies and men.
Yeah. Ooh, you'd have all the ladies go like that. Ooh.
And then I just become one of those guys who takes the cannonball to the gut.
Oh my God, you could be that guy.
But that's not even like that's hitting the softest part. Your organs have to get fucked up in that.
Yeah, what is that? What is that? How does he do that?
I don't. I would like to look into the kind of internal injuries these people got.
Yeah.
Cannonball to the gut. Death. All for the sake of entertainment. Any price to entertain, including my life.
That's right. Listen, he could chug a whole pint of a beer in under 3 seconds, and he takes a bowling ball cannonball to the gut.
Look at this. Frank Cannonball Richards had a long life, February 20th to 1887 to February 7th, 1969.
Wow.
And his whole act was taking these cannonballs to the gut. Death. How did he die? He was 81.
Died choking on a steak.
Yeah, something like that. It doesn't even tell you how he died. Anyone else? The amazing Iron Gut. Oh, that's Frank Cannonball Richards again. I mean, he was the man. Frank Cannonball Richards. If you look this up, he's the guy. He's the standard.
He's probably the guy you see in that black and white slow motion footage.
That is the guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Frank Cannonball.
That's right. How do you find out that that's your thing?
Well, it's like you got to.
How do you find that that's your gift?
You just have to make the choice. But I'm gonna swallow swords.
Nah, that's a long passed down skill.
You have no room for error. You think about someone who learns to skateboard. You're going to get hurt because you have to learn these things.
Uh-huh.
I guess you could swallow swords that weren't sharp, just pieces of metal, and learn to do it properly.
I think that's what they do. I don't think those swords are sharp.
When they get good, they're sharp enough.
No, they're not sharp.
Yeah, and then the guy nails the nail into his sinus cavity.
Yeah.
Just going to do it. What the?
I guess we all could do it, right?
Yeah.
It's just about placement. Because,
No.
I mean, you could put your finger up there pretty far.
Yeah, I don't. No. See, this stuff grosses me out. I don't want to talk about it. Let's get back
Okay.
to the dentist. I just want you to go to the dentist.
All right. I'm
want
going
you-
to try. I'm going to do a deep dive into the mouth tonight. Like I said, the sink will run run red with my blood tonight. And I will try and make an appointment as soon as I can.
I just want to know what look. If it comes back and nothing's wrong, look, okay,
Yeah.
you win. But now you know. Do 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 do.
Thanks for listening to One Topic. Like and subscribe, rate and review, like us, and go on to the iTunes and give us a review because we like to see the ratings go up and to see your reviews. Find us online at One Topic.
You hate doing this part.
I realized like a third of the way in, I was like, oh, I'm doing that thing, right?
You just hate it.
I just feel awkward doing it. Okay. Thanks for listening to One Topic. Rate and review us. Check us out on iTunes so you can subscribe.
Shutting down and giving up. People know what to do at this point.
I'm pulling the cord.
It's
to
like
release
pulling
the,
teeth.
because we talked about the dentist.
Yeah, let's end it.
Okay. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Autumn.
Do you like hot sauce?
You know, I do like hot sauce, but I'm getting pretty bored of my regular Texas Pete or Tabasco. I'm looking for a local sauce without any additives or extracts. A company that uses local peppers so it's as fresh as possible, and a company that really cares about the integrity of the sauce and where their ingredients come from.
Definitely.
And hey, while we're at it, I don't want a sauce with too many ingredients. You know, a lot of other sauces out there, they have all kinds of fillers. So I'd love to find a sauce with, I don't know, let's say no more than 5 ingredients. I mean, it's crazy, but there's gotta be a company out there that hand processes their sauce. You know, bottling and labeling every bottle themselves. I'm probably asking a lot.
Well, you really are, but there is a hot sauce out there who only uses 5 ingredients,
What?
0 fillers,
Huh?
additives, or extracts, and who bottles, labels, and packages everything themselves. It's called Hoff Sauce.
What?
They're a small batch hot sauce company out of Chattanooga, Tennessee that's won Best Louisiana-style sauce in the country. How many times? Not once, not twice, 3 times.
3 times!
How does that sound, Greg?
I think that sounds amazing.
You know how you can get your own bottle of hot sauce?
No, tell me please now.
Hoffandpepper.com. And not only am I giving you the gift of the best hot sauce that you'll ever taste, I'm going to give you 15% off if you use the code ONETOPIC15.
Hold on, that's
Yes, get a pen and paper.
1 topic 15.
Good. That's ONETOPIC 15, all squished together at checkout. You'll get 15% off your order and your life will be better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.